Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Today I will go and continue with part two of NMAP. This time we're going to be using NMAP scripting. Um, so that way, like I said, I was going to show you how to how to use the NMAP scripts. So without further waste of time, let's open up the terminal. Um, I hope that you guys have installed Linux, Kali Linux specifically, or have Nmap installed on your Windows. If you don't know how to do that, I advise you to um, take a look at any tutorials in YouTube, how to run, how to install Nmap on Windows, which is pretty simple. You don't want to install the GUI version. You want to install the one that you can use with the command prompt. Okay. So, anyways, let's start. As you recall, when you do a basic scan with Nmap, right? All you do is, oops, sorry, Nmap, and the IP address, right? Not SP because we're not doing that right now. No. Okay, this is a basic scam. Now, if there are more than one, computers connected to this subnet, we should be able to see it. So let's find out. Right now, and while it's doing that, oh, look at that. Looks like I have one, two machines, three. Okay. What's my IP? Do you guys know how to do the? You can do it IF like the old way, IF config in Linux, right? That'll give you the details what your IP address is, right? So this is mine right here, 2168.129, right? Now, another way to look at the IP address that you have in Linux is IPA, and it'll give you that. See, 127. This is your local IP address on your lookback. Okay, here it is, 129 right there. And also it's using IPv6. Alright, cool. Now I know I have a Windows 10 because I want to have two machines, besides having my my Windows XP. What I wanna do is I wanna see if okay, 136. Okay, so it's 136 and my Windows XP. Let's see. I mean, it should have detected it, right? And oh boy, that was loud. Okay, let's see. Command prompt. What is the IP address that we have here? Let's take so 132, and this one is 136. So right there, see, it saw them, right? So 132, 136. Let's take a look. 132, 136, and mine. So I did find both of the computers that are running Windows XP and the other one Windows 10. Cool. So now moving on, let's say if you want to list, for example, the available Nmap scripts, right? What you will do is you type Nmap, right, dash dash script dash help all, hit enter. Yeah, that will give us, as you can see, a list of all available. I'm just scrolling up because I want to go fast, but I'm going to show you, I'm not all of them, but if you do have, like I said, NMAP installed, well, it's already installed basically in Kali Linux, but it will be a good idea for you to be able to install it no matter where you have it. If you want to have it in Windows, Mac, and Linux, because let's say if you have another version of Linux, NMAP is not installed by default, and I would advise you to go ahead and install it. Or you know what? I'm gonna make a video also, just in case, right? So here we go. So when I did the, so I could see the available scripts, it gave me, the different scripts, categories, links, CSS, and it gives you info saying retrieves information from a listening ACA daemon. Okay. So this one, aircraft communication addressing and reporting system. Wow, look at that, man. Pretty interesting. So I'm not gonna go through all of them, but what I'll do is I'm gonna show you a few. Okay, how to run them. To target. Actually, I have a Windows 2012 that I think I should boot up instead of the Windows 10. That's what I'll do. Let me just shut this one off. Okay, shut it off. Forward. Shut it. So let's see. Because okay, let's bring that up. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough resources to run it. So let's see. I'm just curious. Okay, so while it's doing that, let's clear the screen. All right, so now that we have a list, now you guys know how to get a list of all the scripts available. Okay, let's the way I'm gonna show you how the way the format or how you will run a script, right? First, so that way you'll know, nmap dash script, right? And then the script that you need to run, the name of it, plus your target. Okay, and that's the way you're gonna run it. Okay, the name of the script, the target. Of course, the target could be the domain.com, whatever, or the IP address of that target. So you will replace, with whatever script that you want to run, whatever name or whatever it is, and then the target IP or the host name of the target. Okay, and let's say you want to run multiple different scripts, right? So the way that you'll do it is script equals, all right, script, and then script one, right? Oops, my bad. Script one, comma, no spaces. Script. Jesus, man, I'm not able to type today. Two, no space. Script 3, okay, then space, and then the IP address or name of the host, right? And enter, and it'll go through all the scripts that you have asked it to do. And of course, you have scripts. For example, if you want to run an aggressive script, right? That'll be -A, aggressive, the IP address of, let's say, 132. Is it still up? Yeah, it's 132. Okay, so let me see if I can bring up the server. Yes. Oops. All right. I don't remember the IP address on my server. Let's see. Okay, let's come on. Okay. and this is 137. Okay. Let's see if I get anything from it. Oh, look at that. Remember, dash V, small letter V's for verbose. So look at that, open port 139, 53, 80, 135. Wow. That server, Windows 2012 server is not patched at all. Well, you know, that is the purpose of our lab, to test, to do pen testing with NMAP. You're doing reconnaissance, right? So this is doing our recon on those two. You know, right now it's, so that's an aggressive scan. I mean, if that was behind a firewall or a what's it called, intrusion detection system, or host intrusion detection system, we we would have been already found. Okay. All right. So let's see. And you know, there's ways also to output your files. Remember, guys, that this is for educational purposes only. Because, like I said before, if you're doing your pen test certification, you need to really learn how to use NMAP. Okay, because trust me, you're gonna have questions on that. You know. So, anyways, going back to what we're doing here. All right. So, if you don't know how to keep documenting your findings, you can go back to my previous lab where I'm showing you how to save your files or your findings into a document. You know, it could be a TXT, it could be an XML. So look it up. The last time mine didn't work. I don't know why. I haven't really looked at it yet. But definitely when I find out why, maybe I was doing something wrong. Anyways, now another script, okay, that you can use, it's called HTTP brute force login. Okay, the script will attempt to brute force login credentials for a given website. Okay, so replace the HTTP form brute script name and the HTTP form brute dot form argument with the proper scripts. Okay, so let's say, you know, this is only an example what you can do, because right now this is just the way that you would type your script. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can just do that clear, right? And I'm gonna paste it. Okay, you see, this is the way you would type. Da, 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 da. I mean, I don't have a, I'm not gonna do it to attack a website because you know, it's not ethical. So this is the example. Okay, the way that you would write it. Okay, so make a note of it, even so you can look it up on NMAP help. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it there for a few more seconds so you can really see it. All right, cool. All right. Oops. Okay, moving on. There's another one script that it's called DNS zone transfer script. Okay, again, because I am not going to do any pen testing, or I'm sorry, any scanning on any website. I'm just going to show you the sample, an example. I'm sorry, sample. Okay, so this one, it is to retrieve a list of all host names and IP addresses for a given domain. So take a note of that. Okay, so what it does is retrieves a list of all host names and IP addresses for a given domain. So, you know, this is one is pretty Well, pretty dangerous if you don't have your DNS, zone transfer the way it's supposed to be. I mean, that's something for another topic, but maybe in the future I will have to explain that. Anyways, this is the way that you will write it. You know, this is called a DNS zone transfer script. Pretty dangerous stuff, man. Anyways, moving on. Another one. It's called SMB version detection script. Okay, so this one I can probably do it on my domain. So let's see. This one is not too long. So called NMAP dash script, right? SMB dash OS dash discovery, right? And the IP address of my server. Look at that. 192.168.80.137. 192.168.80. Oops, how come I'm not typing? 192.168. Excuse me, 80.137, right? Hit enter. Let's see what we get. So the script is going to attempt to determine the version of SMB running on this target. And what do we have here? Oh, look at that. SMB OS Discovery, Windows Server 2012, R2, Data Center 9600. Nice. Cyberclaw, Cyberclaw, fully qualified domain name. Wow, okay, very interesting. Again, save your findings, document. Okay, next one. This is called the SSL certificate information script. All right, so the scripts that I'm about to type, NMAP. What it does is it retrieves information about the SSL certificate being used by a target website. Well, I don't really have a website that I want to. Oh, you know what? There is one that I could probably try. You know what I'll do? Let me pause the video and find it, okay? Okay, I'm back. Just wanted to show you that I found this. It's called Hack This Site. You can make yourself an account, and I would advise you to do that because it's a site. It's a free site. See, it says safe and legal training ground for hackers to test and expand their ethical hacking skills with challenges. So I went ahead and I pinged the site, as you can see, 137.74a, and I'm gonna copy that. I mean, this is not copy, and let's paste it and see what happens. So the SSL cert, like I said, retrieves information about the SSL certificate being used by a target website. Okay, so let's give it a try. And see what results we get. Okay. I should have done it verbose so I could see what it's doing. Maybe I can. Let me see. Maybe I can. Maybe. I'm not 100%. V. What's it say? Fail to install a script engine. Oh. Oh. Yes. Oh, I see. I think I made a mistake. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, see labs is being scanned. Okay, using probably resolution one host. 44380. Well, I'm not gonna waste my time more, but as you can see, that's the way it works. Okay, so again, guys, make sure that whatever site or place, at least hack this site. It's not we're not doing anything illegal because it is the ground for us to do our ethical hacking. We're not trying to destroy it. We're not trying to deface it. We're not trying to do anything like that. Okay, so always play it safe. All right, moving on. The next one, it's called a SMTP enumeration script. Enum, SMTP enum. All right, so let's take a look again. I'm not gonna type the whole thing. I'm just gonna paste it. It's much better. Oops. Mistake. And delete that. NMAP script. So, and then the IP address, which is, I'm gonna still use the 192.168.80, and I believe it was 137. I keep forgetting. I'm gonna do a verbose because I gotta show you guys how this thing's. Oh, good, look at that. So the SMTP enum, okay, script right here. In case you guys are wondering, what the hell is it doing? That's what it's called for. So it is supposed to find the SMTP services running on the target machine. Okay, so we got 53 open LDAP. There's no SMTP services. Domain HTTP LDAP. Okay, and then the other ones are unknown. All right, but at least you get the picture. Okay. Let's see the next one. The FTP anonymous login script. Okay, so this one, if you have the FTP server running, and it's called and it's not there's no need for any user. Oops, what the hell? There we go. So it will be 192.168.80.137. Here we go. It is better if I use verbose because you guys need to see what's going on. There we go. There. So it's doing discover open port 53. No FTP, but it's this is pretty good because it's showing you what ports and services are available. There's no FTP though. Okay. Yep. So don't forget again. Keep documenting. Keep track, because when you do a real world penetration testing, you need to be accustomed to recording everything you do. Document. I cannot emphasize more. You have to document. Keep track, because you're going to have to produce a report. All right. The next one is SNMP information gathering script. So this one, the SNMP service, it retrieves information about the SNMP services running. Now, SNMP stands for Simple Network Management Protocol. If you don't know what that is and what it does, I think you need to go and take a few basic networking tutorials. Either go to YouTube or take a course or something, but you need to know. By me running and telling you all these different scripts, I am assuming that you already have some networking knowledge, so I am not about to explain to you what SNMP is, what it does, how it's related to Windows, yada yada yada, or even any other OS, right? So please, if you don't know the terminology, then I would advise you to take a course. Okay, so moving on. So the SNMP gathering information or information gathering, right? So here we go. Why is it info and script SNMP info? And again, I'm gonna do a verbose target 192.168.80.137, right? Let's see. So this one is going to gather any SNMP service running, which, nope, there is no SNMP service running. Okay, so this is part of your scanning, your recon. Let's say if you follow the cyber kill chain, we're at the recon part. We're not even at the weaponization part. I mean, after that is delivery, exploitation, installation, command and control, and the last one, actions on objectives. So we're just starting here. We're not even not even close to compromising any of the targets that we have here. Okay, so the next one is SSH, remote version detection script. Okay, so this one it will attempt to determine the version of SSH running on the target. Okay, so let's take a look. NMAP -- script SSH2 -enum -IAGOS 192.168.80.137. Oops, I did a comma instead of a there we go, and boom. Oh, you know what, because I want you guys to see it, just don't want to run it and right. And yeah, okay, so again, it will determine the version of the SSH running on the system, on that Windows 2012. We'll go pre-scanning, data scanning, open ports, completed. Okay. So are you telling me that SSH is not running? Whoa. Okay. See, that's another one. Okay. So after that, we need to see all the findings that we're having right now. Let's say if we were to exploit them, you would probably use something like Metasploit, and this is something that we're going to look at maybe, I'm thinking, on the next video or the one after the next that is coming up. We're going to have to look at the I'm not going to patch that server, neither the Windows XP or the Windows 10, and I have another one that is Linux Mint, and then we're going to try to do we're going to try to exploit them via all the weaknesses that I'm gonna find. And as for you, try to see if you can do the same thing. Try to find vulnerabilities within those systems, and keep track, keep notes, document everything you find, and that way, when it's time to exploit them with Metasploit, we can use those vulnerabilities against those systems. Okay, cool. So that was the SSH remote version detection script. I think we already tried and did the SNMP, which there was nothing. The SMB also. The web application vulnerability scanning tool. Um, I don't think. I mean, that also, I'm a little iffy about that. I don't want to really keep scanning because they might think I'm trying to deface him or something. So let me just try that against my target 192 168-80.1 dash. Why did I say dash? I don't know. Let's see what happens. Oh, you know what? I keep forgetting I want to do a verbose for you guys, and I don't know why. Okay, let's see. I'm sure it's not gonna find anything because there is no web application running here. But just to show you the way it works, maybe if I had a IIS install, maybe I can deploy that. IIS. Yeah, that you know what? That's what I'll do. To just give me an idea that I could do that. The IIS deploy the Windows IIS to create a website. Okay, and now it's taking too long. I'm not gonna dwell too much into this, but you guys, at least now you guys are seeing the idea what can be done. Remember, do not, and I repeat, do not scan or attack any website, any target, any computer, any network, unless you have a legal consent. Okay, unless you have permission, unless you have what we call get out of jail card. Okay, so do not do anything unethical. Everything that we're doing here is in a lab, it's in a closed environment. It's my own lab, and you should be doing the same. Okay, so I can emphasize it even more. Anyways, so did I don't know if I said to you guys for DNS. Well, DNS brute forcing. Okay, so this one attempts to brute force subdomains for a given domain. Okay, so let's say if you had a domain, it will look for subdomains in that given domain. All right, so let's say I have mine here, which I don't have any subdomains, so it's probably not gonna work, but just to show you, script, right, DNS dash root and verbose, and I'll say my domain. Let me see if I can cyberclaw.local. I don't know. Let's see. Failed to resolve. Okay. Let's just give it the IP address. 192.168.80 that 137. Okay. DNS one host. Okay. Initiating connect scan. Show me the ports. Scan lapse. No, see, this is a new one. I didn't see that one before. Again, with the different scripts that you're running, you're gonna get some juicy information. Look at that. I don't know what that is. Something that could be exploited, perhaps. Look at that. That's Neil. Okay, some very, very juicy info. DNS can't guess domain. Still, it gave us some good info, even though it didn't guess whatever it was looking for. So the subdomains, I told you was going to work because I have no subdomains. All right, next down the list. Let's see. I believe at the moment, I think we are good to go. Now you know how to use the scripts. You have had a few examples that I've given you to run your scripts. You know how to get the list of all the scripts, right? Remember at the beginning? If you don't remember, I'll type it for you again. nmap dash script dash help. Enter. That'll give you the different scripts that are available in NMAP. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention there's another way that, let's say you that you don't find how can I say it, a script that will help you with your your scanning process or whatever you're doing. Actually, the scripts are written in this language. It's called Lua. Okay, that you can learn how to programming Lua. It's called Lua programming or Lua scripting. Okay, so I would advise you to look it up. Lua, Lua. Maybe I can just type it up for you guys here. Here, let's go ahead and see Lua. It's www.lua.org. Okay, this is the language that is being used by NMAP scripting. So if you're interested, in learning how to do your own scripting tools in NMAP, by all means, So anyways, guys, thank you much for listening. I will hit you on the next video, and most likely on the next one I will be probably showing you Metasploit, but if not, it'll be after the next one, if not the next one. Okay, thank you. Have a good night, good day, good evening, good morning.